internet, it is Steph. So sorry I did not post last week. I was having an amazing time in Washington, D.C. with the HRC actually. It was so great. It was their national dinner. It was so exciting. I got to go with a group of amazing YouTubers and meet some really great influential people who are really making a difference in the community and just made my heart really happy. So judging by my lovely shirt, thanks HRC, and the day, you must know that it is National Coming Out Day. I feel like National Coming Out Day is extremely important because we have Gay History Month, we have Gay Pride, but there's nothing really to take attention to the fact that coming out and being gay is a big thing because everyone who is gay is not always out, and it takes a lot of courage and a lot of strength to do so. So during my freshman year of college, I made a video called Coming Out Tips with ElloSteph. But that was 4 years ago, so I'm older, I'm wiser, at least I like to think so since I got a degree. I'm sure my dad would like to hear that. I'm wise, look at me, Dad. But here's just some tips I have to coming out, so maybe it makes your process a little bit easier. You're the only person who can tell you when you are ready to come out. The way I see it is you'll be ready to come out when you don't have to ask yourself, am I ready to come out? When the reward greatly outweighs the fears and or consequences, I feel like that's the most appropriate time for you. It doesn't matter what your friends say, it doesn't matter what your significant other says, what anyone else says in your life. If you are not ready to come out, don't come out, and if you are ready, then it's up to you. Sometimes people will try and take away the validation of the fear, but that doesn't mean that it isn't legitimate for you. It 100% is, so just know your feelings are valid no matter what your situation is, no matter what your environment is. My second tip, which has worked with me with so many things, not just coming out, is write down everything you want to say beforehand. Literally handwrite it, because not only will it help you have it more in your memory, but it also will help you decide, do I want to say this, do I want to say that? It'll help you remember what key points you definitely want to address versus ones you don't. If you're confident with what you're going to say before you say it, it'll make the process a lot easier. I mean, don't you practice, what text are you going to send to your crush before you send it? Absolutely, and you totally can do that here. Always check your environment before you come out. If you are in an environment where you're really comfortable coming out, but you're not sure what safety would be at risk, always put your safety first. If you're in a position where you fear that you might lose your home, where you might be physically assaulted, where something not wonderful could happen to you, then 100% put your safety first. And just know that it's not a race. If you're not coming out now, who's going to stop you from coming out tomorrow? I have friends who have come out when they were 13. I have friends who have come out when they're 30. There's people who come out when they're 80s and 90s. It doesn't make it any less valid. My other tip is, remember that coming out is a process. It's not just, hey, I'm going to wake up and tell the whole world I'm gay. I mean, for me, I started coming out when I was 14 was the first time I told someone I was gay, and that process didn't end for me until I was 17, is when the entire world and my family knew. That's 3 years of coming out for me. There's some people who it takes 10 years and 20. You don't have to come out to everyone in the same day. Also, a big thing is don't out other people. Although you might have the best intentions, sometimes we can have the best intentions, but it doesn't necessarily reflect on a positive situation. Always ask your friend for whether they're okay people knowing in whatever environment it is. They may be comfortable with you knowing they're gay, but maybe they're not comfortable with everyone at school knowing, or at the mall knowing, or the skate park, or the farmer's market. I don't know, where do people hang out? There's nothing wrong with double checking and asking your friend, hey, I want to know, are you comfortable discussing this in this environment or this place? Or what pronouns do you prefer here? What do you prefer here? And that is totally great. If a friend asks me, hey, are you okay with people here knowing? I'm like, good for you. Even if I was going to be down with it, the fact that you check to see if I'm okay with it, you are friend of the year, my friend. My biggest tip with coming out, especially from personal experiences, don't go in with any expectations. Don't go in and expect them to be great with it. Don't expect them to be negative about it, because you could be greatly wrong. I was really positive that my family wouldn't be okay with it, and I was proven wrong. So I spent years of my life torturing myself, putting this fictional information in my head that everything was going to be bad. And I stole a lot of great moments from my life from that fear when there was nothing to fear at all. Oh, the lights went out. How do I turn that back on? Do I dance? Oh, it worked. Oh. For every person who doesn't accept who you are and does reject you based on your sexual orientation or your gender identity or your preferences, there's going to be 50 more people who will accept you. And even if it seems like someone isn't accepting you right now, it doesn't mean that tomorrow will be the same thing. You know, I have friends who have had their parents be extremely bigoted, just completely against who they were, kicked them out of their homes, and now they're side by side with their children in a gay pride parade. So all because someone isn't accepting you right now, don't think that they're not going to tomorrow, because you know, coming out is a process for everyone, including the people receiving the news. Sometimes it might take them time to really accept it and understand it. It's a huge thing to accept, it's a huge thing to say, and it's a part of who you are, but it's not all of who you are. But it's a part of you that's beautiful, no matter what anyone else says. If this is the first day you're telling yourself you're gay, or if this is the 100th year anniversary you've announced it to the world, it's a huge accomplishment. And you should feel so proud of that, because it is valid, it is important, because you are so important. How did you guys come out? Are you working on coming out? Leave a comment below. I read them all and I would love to discuss more with you guys about it. Also, please be sure to check out the HRC on Everything Possible. They're an incredible organization. I love everything the Human Rights Campaign stands for, and they've really helped me when I was young. I love you all. Have an absolutely fantastic day. Bye.